Okay, in the spirit of being timely, I'd like to welcome everyone to our groundbreaking of our wastewater treatment plant. This has been a long time coming. There has been so many different wonderful people that have helped get to this point. Mayor O'Meara and Jason Van Gilder are going to speak specifically about those people. I just get the pleasure of welcoming everybody, and thank you very much for being here on behalf of the City of Middleton. I'd like to introduce Mayor Tim O'Meara.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. We're really happy to be putting on this important event. It's certainly been a long time coming. We've been years in the making with lots of involvement by a lot of people through the years. It's finally coming to a point where we're going to break ground on it today. And so I'd like to extend my sincere appreciation to our council for bringing this forward. Casey Anderson's here with us today. Our other council members unfortunately really have day jobs, so they weren't able to attend, but a big thanks to Steve Rule. He's got us started on this project many years ago with his administration, and the members of the Middleton Chamber of Commerce for all of their support through the years. Lang Sanders with the AIC, Representative Scoggs is here with us today. Certainly appreciate all of his involvement with our legislator, and the news media for coming out to witness what we consider to be a really huge step forward for the City of Middleton. So thank you all for attending our groundbreaking today. It's truly valued. Now I'd like to take a moment to recognize one of our key drivers behind this project. Our Public Works Director has been instrumental in guiding this effort to concept for construction since he's been with the city. Please join us in welcoming Jason Van Gilder, our Public Works Director.
Thank you, Mayor. Again, thank you, Mayor, and thank you to everyone coming out to celebrate with the City of Middleton today. This has been a large milestone for our city. A lot of people have invested a lot of their time and talents to get us to this point. To date, all that effort has resulted in reams of paper that make up reports, tech memos, drawings, project manuals, and municipal bonds. Today, we crossed the threshold where all of that effort becomes a real thing. And that thing becomes something that allows our community to thrive while also allowing our environmental footprint to be a much lighter step. I know a lot of you will know most of this story, so I'll try to keep it brief and minimize how long we're out here in the heat. But Middleton does want to express our gratitude for the contributions of so many firms and individuals. We are also excited about the what we are building. Hopefully I can connect some of the dots for some of you that haven't had the opportunity to see the whole picture. First, let me start with our Civil Engineer's Office. Amy Woodruff and Mike Martin, in particular, have lived this project probably longer than anyone else has, at least 12, probably 15 years. Also, an acknowledgement is in order to Jack Harrison, both was his work with his firm High Qual and now as a Civil D consultant. He was key in shaping the vision of both doing manual treatment and the natural treatment systems that will both be a component of our process. Our city attorneys here, Douglas from Hilty, Bauer, Hawes, and Siebel. They've been a big support for us thus far. Two firms to recognize that sort of predate my time with the city, but set us up for success. Coleman Engineering helped steer the project forward as the owner's representative in the early going, and Keller and Associates. I think Justin was going to be here, and I hope that he is. They played a key role in the creation of our wastewater treatment plant, system plan. From what I understand, they still told the city would cost about a third of what we're going to spend today, and the city thought that was way too much, so we got somebody that told us what we wanted to hear. I suppose hindsight proving your foresight is well founded is some consolation, but we do appreciate them being here and are thankful that we've been able to utilize their expertise on a number of other projects throughout the city these past several years. From roughly 2021 on, TO Engineering, which is now Ardura, has led the design efforts for this project. Their team includes BRS Architects, Control Engineers, Geotech Inc., and Musgrave Engineering. Special thank you to Ardura for the graphic we see up here. We'll let him fly over. Yeah, special thanks for that graphic. Being able to see the vision is much better than just shovels, dirt, and me talking. And I would like to give us extra bit of recognition to Ardura's design lead, Rapon Saha. Where did Rapon? Right there, right in the second row. He took over the project in the middle and really took ownership of the project and has guided us to the point where we are today. So thank you, Rapon. Another firm to mention on the right side at the bottom is OMCS. They provided some contract operators for us, and having operators be able to review the design and provide input is really a huge benefit to the city that we're appreciative of. In addition to those design efforts, we've had a lot of help from other people to make this a reality. FCS Group, which is now Bowman Company, undertook a rate study and connection fee study in 2024. They provided a roadmap to funding that gave us a plausible path forward. That still had lots of very tough council votes to get here, but showed us how we could potentially do this. Clearwater Financial has come on board after that, and they serve as our financial advisor for navigating the bond issuance process. They helped bring on Stephanie Bonney of MSBT to serve as our bond counsel. With at least one of our state representatives here, there's two things I'd like to thank our legislature for. First is the Idaho Bond Bank. By providing a financial mechanism to allow cities to partner with the state in issuing municipal bonds, you've saved the city ratepayers a considerable amount of money, and we really appreciate that. This project does not have any federal money associated with it. Keeping the federal strings out of a project like this is a huge benefit to us. It allows Idahoans to be self-sufficient and seems like a very Idahoan thing to do. So thank you for the Idaho Bond Bank. The next thing to thank our state legislature for is allowing the Idaho Department of Environmental Quality to continue to have primacy over implementing EPA's regulations. Having regulators in Idaho who are knowledgeable about our plant, our river, and our state is a huge benefit to us. We know keeping IDEQ adequately funded is going to be a challenge as federal funds get tighter, but having a Dan Smith to review our plans, Lori Minot also in Boise writing our permit, and Heidi Kay also in Boise ensuring that we stay in compliance is something we really appreciate. Sending emails to an EPA's federal office in Seattle or Washington, D.C. is not a winning formula, and we want to keep Idahoans regulating Idaho. Okay, getting off that soapbox, and back to our project at hand and the point where we are today. I'm excited to introduce the team that is going to make this vision a reality. In addition to Ardura, which is continuing on as our design engineer, we have Jacobs here to help us with some overarching project program management and day-to-day construction oversight. Strata looks to be the firm that we'll be using for special inspections. To make this plant do what it's supposed to do, we're going to need lots of energy and lots of power. So we're glad to have Idaho Power here, along with Intermountain Gas, which will be providing utilities. We've also had assistance with Middleton's Urban Renewal District, providing some of the funds that will help bring the gas main to the site here. All three of those are great partners to work with for the city. The people actually doing more than turning a single shovelful of dirt is JC Construction. Their team includes Taurus Controls, Advanced Electrical Technologies, Idaho Materials, and Rocky Mountain Rebar. But we're just beginning our partnership with them. Whenever people ask me who our contractor is, and I tell them it's JC Construction, without fail, they tell me they're great people to work with, and we're fortunate to have them on our project. We're looking forward to these next couple of years and partnering together to get this done. A quick description of what we are building, to give you some context of what you're going to see up there. The existing plant is great. Nate Bryan, my lead operator, wherever he went. Back in the back. tells me he loves that plant and wishes we could keep operating it, but it just doesn't do what we're going to need to do to meet our new requirements. So one thing we're fortunate with is some underutilized land behind us right now, which we're going to take and build essentially a whole new treatment plant on that site. Then when that's ready, we can just do a switch over from our current plant to our new plant. That new plant will have a new, what's called a headworks building. That's going to take out the dirt and plastics, the stuff that really shouldn't be in the sewer wastewater. We then go to primary clarifiers. Those will take out the easy stuff to get out, along with keeping some of that biology in there to ferment. Next to those primary clarifiers, we have an equalization tank. As a residential community, we create wastewater from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m., a little bit during the day, and a lot of it when we get home from work, make dinner, start laundry, and take a shower. And almost no wastewater from midnight to 5 a.m. Those equalization basins will let us turn that sporadic production into a constant, steady stream of water. It's a lot easier to treat. Moving to the west end of the plant, we have the process basins. Those are where Nate's going to grow the bugs that will do all the work. In those, he will mix them up, inject some air, starve them of air, and even inject some of the fermented bugs from early in the process, all to get them nice, big, and healthy. Once those nice, big, healthy bugs are well fed, they go over to the primary clarifier, where we'll let them settle to the bottom and take the cleanest water off the top. Finally, we have, I think it's called the tertiary and disinfection building. That is a space where we'll be able to add some future tertiary filters to do a final removal of materials from the stream, and also an ultraviolet light system to sterilize any of the viruses that might have made it to that point. In the middle of the picture, there's a sludge storage basin where we will hold the fat, heavy bugs until we can move them to our solids dewatering building, where we'll squeeze the water out of them before we send them away. The clean water at the end of the process, we will mostly send to Mill Slough and then the Boise River. But because the restrictions on our discharge to the Boise are so tight, even with all of this, we still need to take some of our water and get rid of it another way. Our plan is to repurpose our existing facilities, those you see to my right here, turn those into holding tanks for our recycle system that will then send the water to the fields that the city owns around here to dispose of that final water as the final step in our treatment process. If you have any questions about any of those, we have the right people to answer those, all in the audience today, and we'd be glad to connect you with them over a sandwich. I'm sure I've talked too long already, and I'm ready to move some dirt and eat some cotton candy. So let's conclude with another big thank you. On behalf of the city of Middleton and its citizens, thank you to each one of you for coming to celebrate with us today. A big thank you to all those people who got us to this point, and a big thank you to everyone that's going to help make this vision a reality. So thank you, and I'd like to invite a couple people up here to help us turn our first ceremonial dirt. And I believe Cameron is going to help organize. Cameron, who knows what he's doing, knows the order to do this. They help lots of people succeed, so he's used to this. I'd like to invite Mayor O'Mara from Middleton, Lori Minot from IDEQ, JCC. Does Matt or Jim want to come up? And Matt? Jim wants to come up. All right, come on up, Jim. Ardura, if Rapon, you could do that for us, do this the honors for us here. And then Jacobs, who from Jacobs can we? Torgan is going to do a lot of work out here in the next couple years. And then Nate Bryan. Nate, if you'd come up and be one of our official shovel turners. So thank you again for all coming out and for your attention.
Okay, so grab a shovel, grab a helmet. Okay, everybody that's up here. We're gonna do three things. First photo is with the shovel in the ground. The second one is throwing the dirt, ceremonial dirt turning. And the third is shovel back in the ground for a smiley photo. Okay. So here we go. You ready? First things first. Okay, we got the first photo. Okay. Next one. Throw some dirt.
2, 3.
All right. Now shovel back in. Congratulations, City of Middleton. Okay, we would like to have everybody come stand behind. That would like to, maybe a couple of photos here. One with just maybe the consultancy team, and then certainly the city employees for the record. So let's start with the consultants. Yes, and feel free, everyone that's here, grab a cold beverage, some sandwiches, some cotton candy, like Jason mentioned, and hang around. Let's celebrate this.
Oh, turn around, or you're gonna get yourself.
Thank you.
Oh, whoa. I'm not gonna pass
Okay, other consultants?
So excited for Jason.
Yeah, it's the start of a very long journey, which has been through. So, Sherry and handle that Oh, yeah. Okay.
All city employees, please come.
Okay. Yes, sir. What did you think of today, Mayor Rule?
Oh, this is a great accomplishment for the city of Middleton. I'm so happy that they were able to get it fully engineered, planned, permitted, and financed. Good job, Middleton.
Right, and some of this was taking place when you were in office.
Very much so. We brought it. The beginning started, but unless there's continuity and follow up, you can start 100 times, but somebody isn't there to finish it, and that's what Merrill Mira and the city council and the engineering teams. Jason deserves a ton of credit.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much.
You're so welcome.
So,
Hope there's a piece there you can use.
Thank you for being here today. We sure appreciate all the people that have come out to celebrate with us. There have been a lot of people that have put a lot of effort and creativity and energy into getting us to the point we are today, and we sure appreciate that. It's a great time to recognize them. We really can't say thank you enough, and we're looking forward to our next team coming through here and using their energies and creativity and effort to actually make this a reality, and looking forward to how it'll allow our community to continue to thrive, and we'll be able to improve our river and our environment. So it's a challenge, but nothing that the people of Middleton are not up to, and we're glad to be leading the effort for them. Thank you.
excellent. Anything?
I want to say Jason has done an absolutely phenomenal job. There are so many cogs in this wheel, and he's right there in the middle trying to orchestrate everything. And so what he has done has been absolutely a master class of keeping everything straight. So, I mean, this wouldn't be happening without him. So, yeah, much appreciated for everything he's doing there. So,
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, amen to that. So I'm one of the owners of Keller Associates. We were a part of the early planning phase of this project, but more importantly than that, I lived in Middleton and have for the last 25 years. So this is a really great milestone for the community, and we're just happy to be a part of it. And I'm grateful to be from Middleton. I raised my family here. It's a great community and led by great people. So, excellent.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Yep, my name is Erin Day Cox of Jacobs.
Okay. And what was your role with this project?
Well, actually, Jason reached out to me because he'd heard me speak about some work we'd done at the city of Nampa. Jacobs is a firm that does a lot of. We're ranked number 1 by the Engineering News record for wastewater engineering and recycled water. We just supported the city of Nampa in getting a new tertiary wastewater treatment plant and recycled water program. And so, Jason and I met, and I learned all about the project and started thinking about all the ways that we could support, make sure that the design was successful, and now we're stepping in and we're going to be providing program management and construction management services. We have a really robust office here in the Treasure Valley, so we can support everything from helping the recycled water program get up and running, and making sure that the city of Middleton can have wastewater as it grows.
Excellent. So the outlook is fairly positive for this project.
The outlook is very positive for this project. It's hard for cities to keep up with growth, and what they're doing right now is being really proactive because as the population is growing, you really need to make sure that you can clean the water before it goes back into a resource as precious as the Boise River. But the city's being really progressive in how they're looking at their permitting and using that water for irrigation of some alfalfa here on the property. And that's just really smart and forward-looking. And you want to do things that are efficient. I feel like they're using their resources efficiently and really intelligently so that they can make sure that they're always one step ahead of the growth. That's really important because it takes time to engineer and construct things. So you want to make sure that you have really good support from a technical perspective with your planning and then your design and construction. So we're honored to be a part of this project. It's really exciting for us.
Excellent. Excellent. Was there anything else?
Just congratulations, Middleton, on this really exciting step moving forward. It's a great asset for the community, and we're honored to be a part of it.
All right, thank you very much.
Yeah.
I'm Jason Van Gilder, the Public Works Director here for the City of Middleton. And we are so thankful for all the people that have come out today to help us celebrate the groundbreaking of our wastewater treatment plant project. This has been a lot of years in the making, and there have been a lot of people working very hard to get us to this point. So we wanted to say thank you to them, recognize all that work, recognize that there's a lot of work in the next 3.5 years ahead. And so we want to get off to a great start on that. And also to thank you to our community, to our ratepayers that are challenged with this. We hope we're doing the best we can for them. We also appreciate our council and our mayors that have understood this and taken proactive steps to make this a reality for the city. So thank you to them. Thank you to everyone that's here. Thank you to our engineers, our advisors, our consultants, all that have made this happen. We're very grateful. So thank you.
So you have the efforts of 3 mayors in putting this together
At least,
over the years?
We have had, I think even Mayor Taylor had some thoughts about the recycle system and the natural treatment things. Mayor Steve Rule came to a head with his administration and really authorizing the design to move forward, selecting a final design there. Mayor Hutchison was very supportive of this effort. Once she understood and was really got on board and wanted to see this happen. So we're glad to do this in her memory as well. And then Mayor O'Mara has picked up the torch and carrying us forward, and we're glad to do this for the people of Middleton.
So there's been a lot of work and a lot of planning, and now we're finally seeing the results.
I'm looking forward to seeing the results of all that planning and all that work. Yeah.
So when it's built, are we going to get to come down here and take the tour?
If there's the money left over, we'll fly you all down here and you can help Chris.
Fly you all down here.
Channel Little Griswold.
That's awesome.
Yes, we will certainly be glad to welcome people down here. Nate, our lead operator, is always glad to show people around his plant.
That'd be fun.
He does a fantastic job of keeping this place in top shape, and he's always welcomes tours and people that want to see what's happening down here. So please reach out to the city if that's of interest to anyone. We're glad to show people what we have and show them the vision of what we need and what we're getting. So thank you.
All right. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Nice. Thank you so much.
So we're really glad to be breaking ground today on this project. It's been years getting to this point, and we're certainly thankful for all of the great guidance we've gotten from our engineers and consultants. Certainly the involvement with our city council to approve and move forward with the design and now the actual construction. This is a facility that will serve our public for many years to come. Certainly we want our grandchildren to to move closer and stay within our community, so this will definitely impact them as they build their homes here. So we're really excited to meet the requirements from the federal government and the state, and they've been a great partner in getting to this point, so really happy to see things moving forward.
Excellent.
Okay?
Excellent. Well, thank you, sir.
Thank you.